Hi guys and welcome to my channel. I thought for my first ever YouTube video I would just start off with my everyday makeup routine. So let's get started. I've already put my moisturiser on and I used the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base. There you go. Not only is it a great moisturiser, it's also got a built-in primer, so it just really sets your skin up for makeup. I'm going to start off by putting on my EOS lip balm. Let's get into the makeup. So I'm going to just clip my hair back and I'm going to start off with a colour correcting primer. So I'm using the Stila One Step Correct. It's okay, I don't think it's the best out there, but I'm going to use it while I've still got it. Just rub that in with my fingers. Perfect. Okay, and then first thing that I always do is my eyebrows. So I am going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. But first I'm going to outline my eyebrows with some concealer. I learned that trick from Jamie Genevieve. I watched one of her videos and she done it and I thought, like, since I've tried it, it's just been life changing. It's amazing. So I'm going to use the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm just going to pop some on the back of my hand, just a little bit, and then I'm going to use just any angled liner brush. So I'm going to just start by going underneath eyebrow. And just over the top the same. I just find this trick so helpful because it means that you've already got your shape outlined before you start filling them in, so it's a lot easier to get your eyebrows to match and be even. And it means if you've been a bit lazy about getting your eyebrows done, the concealer kind of hides any stray hairs. Right, and that's the eyebrow outlined. So I'm going to do one eyebrow at a time so you can really tell the difference that the concealer makes. So I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 7 brush. So it's just a small little angle brush like this with a spoolie on the end, but I don't really use the spoolie. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my Dipbrow pomade on the end of my brush. Just a little bit, because if you take too much it can kind of get out of control. Wipe off the excess, just a small bit, and just start underneath again. Just start filling in. And it means that using the concealer trick, it means if you make a mistake you can just go over it with the concealer and it's fine. I think I went a bit too heavy handed. Go. Fixed it. So now I'm just going to go on the top. And I always try to take my time with my eyebrows because it's a lot easier to add product on than take it away. So if you go a bit too heavy at the start, it's a lot harder to fix and you might just have to start again. kind of OCD about my eyebrows, so I normally take quite a bit of time to make sure it's perfect. Move my mirror closer forward because I'm a bit blind. And just fill them in. If I know not everyone likes their eyebrows to look like this. This is just how I like to do it. I'm just going over edges with some concealer. Make sure I've got the shape right. Go underneath. Brush up at the front. I don't use any extra product for that because you don't want the front to be too harsh because it looks more unnatural like that. That's one eyebrow done, so you can really see the difference between this one and that one. So I'm going to get started on the second one. I'll just close my dip brow because you always want to store your dip brow upside down because otherwise it can dry out a lot quicker. So I've still got some concealer on the back of my hand. And I just take some more brush again. Just do exactly the same on this eyebrow I did on another one. With the Dipbrow pomade, it's really easy to go a bit crazy. When I first bought mine, I started filling in my eyebrows and got a bit carried away and ended up with them about up to here, which is not attractive. So it's best just to stick to your natural shape and then just fill in any sparse areas. On the front. Just check if they're even. I'm happy with them. Just fix the outline a little bit. Not any mistakes. I think that's me there. I'm happy with those, I think. Maybe just go for this little outside edge. Perfect. Right, okay, that's me happy. So now the final step of my brow routine is to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Just like that. I've tried a couple from like Boots and Superdrug, but this is the best one I've used so far because my eyebrows tend to grow kind of sticking up the way, so I really need something that'll keep them in place all day, and this does the job. So the next step for me in my makeup routine is mascara. Now I have really stubborn eyelashes. They don't like to curl and they tend to stick straight down. If you can just see them right there. So the mascara I like to use is the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express in the waterproof version, because I always find that the waterproof mascara holds the curl better. So I curl my eyelashes with those, but to get the best trick I ever learned was if you use your hairdryer to heat up your eyelash curlers, it means the curl will be so much better and it'll stay so much longer. So I'm just going to do that and I'll get it back to you. Right, so that's me curled my eyelashes, so I'll just get straight into mascara. Just take off the excess from the brush, then I start at the bottom and just wiggle my way up quite standard. And the reason that I put my mascara on before my other makeup is I tend to get a bit messy, as you can see already. There's already some under there. Yeah, I tend to make a bit of a mess when I put my mascara on. And I prefer to clean that up now than try and clean that up when I've already done a foundation, concealer, that sort of thing. Sometimes I even put my mascara on before I do my eyeshadow, if I want my mascara to be really good. And I don't want to mess up my shadow by getting it everywhere. So you can see the difference already between this eye and this eye. I just think this mascara is just amazing. So I'll move on to the next eye, and I do the top lashes first and I leave the bottom lashes until I've done under eye concealer, baking, that sort of thing. So that's both eyes first coat done. So just go back into the mascara wand. You don't want to pump your wand in, you want to just kind of swirl it about, because the more you pump it in, the more air gets into the tube and then the mascara can get old and dry out a lot quicker. There you go. So that's me done my mascara. So now I'm just going to clean up my mess. I'm just taking a facial wipe. These are the Yes to Grapefruit Correcting Repair Rejuvenating Facial Wipes. I tend to get these either in Boots or sometimes TK Maxx have them, and they're like £1 cheaper. So normally if I see them in TK Maxx, I kind of stock up. But no, they're really good. I like the carrot ones as well, but I don't like the cucumber ones. I think the smell is just too strong. So I just up the edges, and because it is a waterproof mascara, I don't have to be too careful about how I'm wiping, because it won't take any of the mascara off, just off the skin of my eyelids. So just make sure I get along the lash line. And then I just have another little coat mascara. Go. Great. I can't recommend this mascara enough. I just think it's incredible, and it's good for contact lens wearers, because I myself wear contact lenses and I don't find that it flakes, or the only problem is it is so difficult to come off. I used to have to get baby oil and sit with cotton pads on my eyes and then like really scrub hard, but then I found best eye makeup remover ever, which is the Nivea Daily Essentials Double Effect Eye Makeup Remover. You've probably seen it on TV. I used to watch the adverts and see the girl taking their mascara off, and it used to say, you know, even waterproof makeup and things like that, and I used to think, yeah right, it'll never take my mascara off. So I ended up buying a bottle, and oh my god, I wish I tried this so much sooner. So what you do is you shake it up, make it shake, it's like 2 different layers, and then you just put some on a cotton pad and then you just sit it in your eyes and it comes straight off like it's magic. It's amazing. Right, so that's my eyes done, and now I'm getting on to foundation. So the foundation I'm going to use today is the Nars Sheer Glow, just like that, in the colour Mont Blanc, because I'm pale, unfortunately. Right, so I'm going to just pump some straight on my face, just a little bit, just on my forehead as well. Maybe a little bit more on my cheeks. Get the excess off. So what I always do is I just smear it out a little bit, just so it makes it blend in so much easier. I love this foundation so much. It's like, although the name is very deceiving, it's not sheer, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's that glowy either. It just looks quite natural. It doesn't look too cakey or too much like a foundation. Just get that off my hands because I'm making a bit of a mess. And I'm going to blend that in with my damp beauty blender. So I just wet it under the tap and squeeze it out so it's like it's still damp, but like, you can't squeeze any more water out, because if there's any water still in it, it means that it's going to take your makeup off rather than blend it in. And I was always a brush girl. Like the foundation brush I used to use was the Real Techniques buffing brush. It's amazing. It's like a flat top kabuki, kind of like the Sigma F80. It's amazing. It blends foundation in so well. But since I've tried the beauty blender, like, I didn't really get the hype at first. I thought, oh, it's not going to be that good, and then I bought one and it's just incredible. So anyone that thinks it's not going to be worth the money, it totally is. I still use the Real Techniques buffing brush for my Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick foundation, because I find that it doesn't really blend well with a beauty blender. I think I've got concealer in my hair. Nope, we're alright. So just blend it in using patting motions rather than, you don't want to smear it across your face. You just want to blend it in and like not really go right up to your eyes, because if you're going to be putting concealer on later underneath your eyes, you want to have as little product under here as possible, because that's how your concealer would cake up if there's too much product built up under there. I'm just going carefully in between my eyebrows, get onto my forehead. And I really struggle with baby hair on my forehead getting into my foundation, so it takes me forever to blend out the foundation on my forehead. I'm trying to avoid all the little hairs. So just dab it in. And using the concealer trick in your eyebrows, it means that you don't have to try and go right up to your eyebrows, because there's already some concealer there, some coverage. So just blend that in, right up to the hairline, go back to your ear, go under your chin. Don't want any lines. Then I'm just going to go onto my eyelid a little bit so it doesn't look so pasty. Just fix my mascara a wee bit. Just make sure it's blended. Right, and now I'm going to go onto concealer, and today I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Concealer, which I just think, I'm using the colour R20, and I've heard people say that the R colours are supposed to be for colour correcting and then the Y colours are for concealer. But that doesn't really make much sense to me, because they have the same letter system on their foundations, which, so I don't really know. So I went for the R because I have pink undertone. I don't really know if that was the right decision, but I went for it now and I think the colour seems alright. So you just have to take a little bit on the back of your hand, because it's so pigmented, it goes such a long way. I'm just going to put some underneath my eye. I don't really think I need much coverage underneath my eyes, it's more for highlighting, because I don't really have dark circles or anything, because, well, I sleep quite a lot. I'm just going to pop some under there, maybe a little bit more, just a tiny bit in my hand. And we don't have an Makeup Forever counter in Glasgow yet. I got my foundation match when I was down in London last summer. That was for the Ultra HD liquid foundation, and then I just picked a shade for the stick foundation online, because you can buy Makeup Forever online in Debenhams in the UK, but I've heard that in Glasgow we're actually getting a Makeup Forever counter sometime this year, so fingers crossed that that's true. I'm just highlighting, just using the rest to highlight whatever I would highlight. Just going to blend that in with my Beauty Blender again. And the nose underneath the eyes. Don't want to go too heavy on the concealer because it is for an everyday look. Well, I'm going out tonight, but not at clubbing or anything, so it doesn't have to be full coverage, all the bells and whistles, that kind of thing. I don't want to have too much makeup on. I'm just blending that in, and then I'm going to set that with my Laura Mercier loose setting powder in translucent. This is a cult classic. It took me forever to be able to buy this. So I'm just going to take my Real Techniques setting brush, just right like that. So I'm just pop a little bit on my brush, dab off the excess, and then just I'm going to hold my mirror up like that, and then just look up and dab it on here. And you want to dab, not drag, because you don't want any creases. Right, so I'm going to take a little bit more, tap off the excess, and dab again. I think that's alright. Then I'm going to take a little bit more just to set where I highlighted, then my nose, Cupid's bow, chin a little bit. And I'm also going to take a dual fibre face brush, also by Real Techniques. It's quite fluffy and it's just great for powder. So I'm just taking a little bit on my brush, tapping off the excess, and just smoothing it on the rest of my face. I don't tend to have oily skin, but I just think a little bit of powder makes any powder products that I put on top go on a lot easier. So when I'm doing my contour, my blush, my highlight, I just find it goes on a lot easier. Right, and the next step is contour, which is one of my favourite steps. So I'm going to take my little Z palette, and in it I've got my Real Techniques contour powders. So I'm going to use the shade Breakup, which is for cool porcelain skin. It just looks like that. And there's on the back, cool porcelain. So it's just a lovely brown colour, and I think it's just perfect for the colour of skin that I've got. I've also got, come out, stuck. I've also got Infidelity, which is Cool Fair, which is a little bit darker, just like that. So that's Cool Porcelain and that one's Cool Fair. I get away with Cool Fair, but I think it's more for a dramatic contour, like if I'm going out or something. Just for everyday, Cool Porcelain is fine. And these are the first proper contour powders I've ever used. I used to just use concealer before, not concealer, bronzer before that, and because I've got cool skin, the warmer bronzer colours weren't really that great. So before this I was using Laguna from Nars, which it was okay, but it wasn't the best. I'm just, oh, and I'm using the Real Techniques contour powder. So it's just a little contour powder like this. So I'm just dipping it in, tapping off the excess. I'm going to go suck, you know, make a nice attractive face to get my cheekbones. And just going like this. wee bit. I find that if you start out smaller and blend it in, it's a lot better. So just blend it in. And these powders are so easy to blend. It's insane. So there, can you see that there? That. I think on camera it looks so much darker, but in person it looks completely blended. I think I'm done with that, so I'm just going to go slice on the brush, a little bit on the forehead, the temple. I don't really seriously contour my head or anything, just my cheekbones. Oh, and you can see the difference from this side to that side. Right, so I'm just going to go onto the other side, another little bit, tap off the excess. And for some reason I always find this side so much harder to contour on. I have no idea why. It looks so much harsher on camera. It does in person. Hopefully it'll look better once I put my blush and my highlighting things on. Just gonna pull back my hair. That's fine. Get a little bit on my forehead and my temples, just to even out the face. That's me all contoured, so I don't look like a potato anymore. If I was going out and doing full face, full eye makeup, everything, I would normally cream contour with my Anastasia Beverly Hills cream contour kit in the shade Fair. That's the lightest one, I think. But for everyday, powder's fine. I think that's alright. So next I'm going to, normally I would go on to blush, but I've started highlighting first instead of, and then doing blush afterwards, and I think I'm enjoying that a lot better. So I'm dying to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Gleam. I got this in the mail today. I ordered it on Rose's Beauty Store, which is a great website that I'll leave linked down below. It's great for people who live in the UK who can't get access to some products from American brands. They ship it over, and it means you don't have to pay like taxes and duties and things like that that you would if you ordered straight from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This came back in stock about 4 days ago, so I ordered it straight away. I was on the list to get emailed as soon as it came back in stock. So I went in and ordered it straight away, and then it went out of stock that same night. And I'm just waiting to get that glow, which I think will be too dark for my skin, but I want to have both of them because I'm kind of a collector. But I'm dying to use this today, but I'm going to save it for a first impressions. So I'm going to put it back in the package and put it away. So I'm going to go back to my trusty where is it? My trusty Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone, which is perfect for us pale ladies. So it's just like a pale champagne gold. Just, see that? just perfect, it's amazing. So I'm just going to put that on with my another setting brush from Real Techniques. This was from I think it was from a collector's edition kit, so that's why it's the shiny pink, but they've got new packaging now anyway, so it'll be even brighter pink. I'm just going to dip a little just on the top, tap off the excess. I'm going to start up here, just on my cheekbones. Just start dusting it on. I really quite like a strong highlight, so I'm just going to keep building it up. Oops, that's that side, and that's no highlight. Oh, I just love Moonstone so much. I've got the Jaclyn Hill collaboration as well, Champagne Pot, but it's not always good because I'm so pale. Like, I know they say it's for every skin tone, but sometimes I struggle to wear it because it's a bit dark if I'm really, really pale. I think it would be better for me in summer. I'm not saying that, I don't tend to tan, so I'm just brushing it on, going up around my eyebrow a little bit. Then I take it down the bridge of the nose, still not all the way down, just a little bit in the middle, then on the tip of my nose here. And then I take a smaller brush. Use this one. So this is just a generic eyeshadow brush. I just put it on the cupid's bow. Just a little bit there to define my lips, and I stick a little bit on the brow bone as well. Just really to tie the whole look together. Right, that's me. So now I'm going to blush, and I've got 3 Makeup Geek blushes that I really love. I think for today I'm going to use this one, which is called Bliss. Which is it looks kind of orange in the pan, but I think once it's on the skin it's very natural looking. It just looks like a natural flush. So I'm going to use the Real Techniques cheek brush. This was in, I think it was Next Picks collection. As you can tell, I'm quite a Real Techniques fan, so I'm just going to pop it right in the middle here. And I'm not going all the way onto the apple of my cheek, I'm just going underneath the highlight and on top of my blush, on top of my contour. Right here. And these blushes are so super pigmented, it's insane. I think blush is such a good way to like not contour but to like highlight your cheekbones and things as well, to define them without using so much contour. Just maybe take a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. There you go. Like on this side it looks quite harsh, but I think it might just be the lighting. There you go. And then I'm going to take my C palette, which is full of Makeup Geek shadows, and I'm going to take Creme Brulee on a little eye blending brush. This is from a generic kit, but it's basically like a pencil brush, pencil smudging brush. I'm going to dip that into Creme Brulee, which is this one right here, like a lovely light brown colour. I'm just going to take that underneath my lower lashes. to look like I've got a little something going on. And I'm also going to take, where is it? A dual fibre eye brush. And take the same shade, Creme Brulee, and just pop it in my crease for a little bit of definition. Just this can go quite slowly because putting on such a small amount, it doesn't really matter. Make sure you blend as you go. It's just to define the eye socket, it's not supposed to be like cut crease. See? That looks fine. So now I'm going to put mascara on my bottom lashes. So again with my Maybelline Rocket waterproof, just a little bit. Can you see? I'm going to frame a little bit. I just keep looking up to check if I'm on frame. Me. So now I'm going to highlight my inner corner, and my favourite shadow for that is Kitten from Stila. So it's this beautiful like champagne that looks kind of pink in the pan. See that? I'll just swatch the back of my hand for you. I think it's a beautiful colour. Get rid of that. Then I just take a small brush from Real Techniques again, an accent brush. So it's just small little, and I just pack that on the inner corner. I don't tend to do lots of eye makeup every day because normally on an everyday basis I'm like going to uni or going to work. I don't tend to have time to do a full face, especially if I'm going into uni for like really early in the morning. I don't put any makeup on, maybe my eyebrows and that's it. But if I want to make an effort, this is what I tend to do, because it's not a lot of makeup, but it makes me feel put together and just bit better. And I just love the highlights. I just pack some more on my Cupid's bow. So it's a great highlighting shade, this one. Right, what have I got next? Lips. I'm going to take my Subculture lip pencil from MAC. It's just a lovely like, nudie pink. I'm just going to outline my lips. I don't tend to overline my lips because I'm kind of bad at it. I kind of go a bit OTT. I'm just going to keep to my natural shape. And I always start at the outside, because I feel like it's a lot easier not to go too outside the lines if you start at the outside. Then I do my Cupid's bow. Then I do my lower lip. that's my lips filled in. I don't just outline them, I fill them in completely. I think it makes such a huge difference. So the lipstick I'm going to use is my favourite lipstick ever, and it is Nars Audacious lipstick in Raquel. It just looks like a metal container, and it just looks like that. The lovely Nars logo up the front. It's just amazing. It's like a nude, perfect nude pink. Go, that's my lipstick on. So now I'm going to, my second last step is some lip gloss. I'm going to take the Nars lip gloss in Chelsea Girls. It just looks like that. It's a gorgeous pink. So I'm just in the centre. And then your lips are super glossy. Then my final step, wait, I'll just check, is my highlight alright? My final step is taking some MAC Fix Plus. Just dousing my face. Wait, I need to have something to fan my face down because I don't want it to dry with like raindrops on my face. I'm just going to shut my eyes and go for it. Just need to fan it down, make sure it dries properly. Go. And that's me. I just think the MAC Fix Plus really just blends all the powders together and makes you look kind of as natural as you can with all this going on. So that's me. Just take my clips out, check out my hair, and that's the finished look. So that's my everyday makeup routine. Thank you for watching.